We showed you former DNC Chair Donna Brazile talking about threats that she has received since revealing what went on behind the scenes at the DNC during the 2016 campaign. Now Brazile is taking it a step further in two new interviews, taking on critics and even praising President Trump. Fox News Chief Washington correspondent James Rosen joins us with the backstory tonight. Hey, James.
Martha, good evening. In an interview today with Business Insider, Donna Brazile expressed regret for telling her ex-friends in the Democratic Party to go to hell on George Stephanopoulos' show last weekend, but she also did offer words of praise, as you say, for an unlikely figure. Now, unless you've been living under a rock for the past 10 days, you already know that in her new memoir, Hacks, Brazile claims the Democratic National Committee secretly rigged last year's primary process to favor Hillary Clinton in exchange for Clinton's help in retiring the party's $15 million bank debt. That, along with other untoward recollections in Brazile's book, prompted an open letter from nearly 100 former Clinton campaign staffers, including Mrs. Clinton's personal aide, Huma Abedin, communications director Jen Palmieri, campaign manager Robbie Mook, and campaign chairman John Podesta, all of whom called Brazile's account troubling and puzzling. It really did cause me to pause and say, are these really my friends or are they just imposters? Brazile responds to Business Insider, adding, how many of those people who signed that letter got paid last year? I didn't. How many of those people had to get cameras installed in their home? How many of those people had to go home at night driving a different route because somebody was following? I did. In an appearance before an audience of nearly 300 people at San Francisco's Commonwealth Club last night, Brazile said, my Democratic friends are mad at me. So what? No gumbo for them. Nor will Brazile's gumbo-less friends likely be pleased at her praise for the man who defeated Hillary Clinton. Let's give Donald Trump some credit, Brazile told the audience. I know you're all going to boo me. He cracked the blue wall. He saw every day what we saw. He saw Hillary's campaign flying over Michigan and Wisconsin. Lastly, Brazile, a longtime CNN commentator, explained why she agreed to come on Fox News to promote her book, which she did in an appearance on Tucker Carlson Tonight 2 nights ago. I was part of CNN for well over 14 years of my life, Brazile told Business Insider. I'm excited to go and see what it's like to be in a Fox studio. I wonder if they're going to put, some special lipstick on. Now, obviously, Martha, you would be in a better position than me to confirm whether Fox News possesses and applies some kind of special lipstick. Suffice to say, if you don't cough up this prized information, what we all want and need to know, hashtag
oh, you know
no
the
gumbo
special
for
lipstick, you. James.
No gumbo for you, Martha.
Thank you, James. So here with more, Kayleigh McEnany, RNC spokesperson, and back again, Michael Starr Hopkins, who worked on the Clinton campaign, who has not reserved any niceties for Donna Brazile. You say it is sad to see her act like a hack just to sell a book, Michael.
It's true. Listen, Donna Brazile for 20, 30 years has fought for the rights of women and African Americans, and in the span of 10 days has completely nuked that to sell a book. And it reeks of a desperate attempt. I don't really understand it. I have my own issues with the Clinton campaign and kind of how it was run, the insider network that it was run off of. But this isn't the way to do it. And it's not helpful. It's not, it's not true. She said it was rigged. And then she said, I didn't mean it like that. And she said that, I gave the questions to both sides. And then I'm not sure how I did it. It's just disingenuous and it's not helpful.
Kayleigh?
Well, Michael and other Democrats, they're disparaging and diminishing and discrediting Donna Brazile. But instead of doing all that, they really need to look at the heart of her revelations. The fact that Hillary did run this campaign from Brooklyn. Bernie's campaign, Jeff Weaver, the campaign manager, had been making these accusations for a long time. And then for Donna Brazile to come out and corroborate them, this is a very big moment for Democrats. And instead of disparaging her, you should take her seriously. This is someone who is widely respected among Republicans and Democrats alike. You've heard that repeated over the last few days. Everyone loves Donna Brazile. She's someone who's respected. She's a Clintonite. And for her to make these allegations, it's a very big deal.
That's what I just said, though.
You know what I find very interesting? Obviously there's a lot of outrage from Democrats, and particularly from people who worked on the campaign. And you just saw the pictures of them in James's piece. But, I know there is a lot in this book about Russia and about hacking. But what I find fascinating is that it doesn't seem like that's what she's talking about. She's not saying that they lost because of Russia hacking. She's saying we lost because we didn't understand what was going on out there. And I wonder, Michael, if that's what has people so riled up. She is not following the narrative of why they lost.
So I've been writing on the Clinton campaign since I left, and I think it's a combination of the two. And I think a lot of Democrats have admitted that Russia could have played a factor in the election and the poor messaging of the campaign and ignoring some of the blue-collar, lunch-pail states is what brought us down. And I don't think that's something that we're denying, but I think that it's something we have to work on. And we saw on Tuesday the Democrats have gotten better at that messaging, and we've gotten better at reaching out and, onward and forward.
Kaylee?
But, Michael, you are denying it because, look, when the RNC, when we lost in 2012 with Mitt Romney, we did an autopsy. We took a self-reflective look and said, here's where we went wrong. The DNC's done none of that. Instead, the Democratic Party has this fake Russia collusion conspiracy theory that they're pointing to as the reason they lost the election, instead of citing the fact that Hillary never went to Michigan. She was part of the establishment elite. She used the DNC for narcissistic self-promotion rather than caring about Democratic voters. Instead of taking an inward look, you're just making the blame game and pointing at Russia.
But that's not true. I mean, first of all, the federal court system doesn't seem to think Russia is just this little thing. There's indictments already, and there's going to be further ones coming down. You and I both know that.
But collusion never happened. Collusion never happened.
All right, I got to leave you there, guys. I got to jump in. Kaylee, thank you very much. Michael, thanks for double duty tonight. Good to see you guys.
Thanks.
So still to come this evening, several bombshell news, sexual abuse allegations hitting Hollywood and beyond, including Olympic gold medalist Allie Reisman, who joins her teammate, Michaela Maroney, accusing the former U.S. team doctor, who was with that team for 29 years, of being abusive to these young women. Plus, he admitted to deserting his platoon. He was dishonorably discharged from the Army. So why would Bo Bergdahl be compensated nearly $300,000? A former serviceman whose dog was killed searching for Bergdahl and one of his buddies was badly injured is not mincing words.
That night take place solely because we had a selfish American that walked off a base. It just makes it harder to swallow.